Coming up today, we have Makeup Forever's new HD Skin Hydra Glow Hydrating Foundation. We got the Anastasia Beverly Hills new Illuminating Glow Seeker Highlighter for Lunar New Year, plus the Milk Cooling Water Jelly Tint for lip and cheek, and of course, our Haus Labs PhD Hybrid Lip Glaze. Hello, Printcesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. I have so many releases in one video for you today. Well, 4 to be exact. So happy to have you here. Don't forget that you can also find me over on Instagram, TikTok, and on Threads. Now, if you have someplace to be today, this weekend, I understand. Please make use of the very, hopefully, liberal use of timestamps down below. They're listed in the description bar if you want to see them all, or you can just scroll along on the bottom of the screen to find the one product that you are interested in. But keep in mind there's a wear test of the foundation as well. Now, in January, we were hit with, and I mean hit with, I was almost bowled over by it. So many new releases. 8 little ones to be exact, if you count these kind of lip shades and stuff as little ones. So I've broken them up into 4 and 4. Tomorrow I'm going to have like Benefit, Nude Sticks, and Louboutin Foundation, and I don't know, something else. I got a lot of good stuff in there tomorrow. But today we're going to focus on the primary 4 I just mentioned. So let's get into it. Then we are going to do a wear test, and we're going to try on everything, and of course swatches into different lights. Also down below, everything will be listed for your buying pleasure, along with information about giving super thanks to help out this little channel, and about our $4.99 a month membership only for weekly members only lives. Okay, let's give some information here. We're going to start with our new foundation from Makeup Forever. Did you realize this came out? It is $47. It is called the Makeup Forever HD Skin Hydra Glow Hydrating Foundation. I picked up the shade 1N14 Beige, but there are 32 shades to choose from, 6 of which come in a mini size. And though this is $47, the cute little mini is $22. Interestingly enough, my shade came in a mini but wasn't available. And that was on the Sephora site. I don't know if it's sold out or they just never got it in. And perhaps I didn't look well enough, but I did not see it on the Makeup Forever site. I don't know. But it looks like I got the right shade. This is a medium coverage, luminous finish foundation that plumps and brightens. How is this different than the Longwear foundation, you might ask, that Makeup Forever released about 4 seasons ago? Very different, actually, because that is, by name, a Longwear foundation. The Longwear foundation that was released, or I should say revamped a few seasons ago, was the redoing of a classic Makeup Forever foundation, and it did include, to much people's dismay, the Longwear foundation revamp included a lot of alcohol for a dry down effect, but it was high up, like 4th or so. Remind me if you remember down below in the ingredient list, and a lot of people found that they loved it, but if they used it as their daily foundation, that it was drying. This here has no scent, hooray, no alcohol that's listed, up there, hooray. So this will get rid of that. The only thing is that this has a very luminous finish. I am wearing it. We are in the middle of our wear test actually right now. More information on that will be after the wear test at the end of this video. So that's a beautiful one. Let's talk about our colory products here. We have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Illuminating Glow Seeker Highlighter. This is a new shade. A lot of you are big fans of the Glow Seeker Highlighter. This is the shade Pearl, which is an iridescent white with a pink shift. It is $38, and I have it linked below, but it is currently on the Anastasia Beverly Hills website. Let's look at the case on this. It's a beautiful red case to celebrate the Lunar New Year. And the reason I paused there is I think when I'm putting this video out, that is the day of the Lunar New Year, and it is the year of the dragon. So check out that cool dragon in there. Upon editing, if you can't see it well enough, I'll insert my own photo. Really, really pretty. I have a lot to say about this highlighter, but I will during the demo, but I will tell you, I really like it. It's really quite cool. $38 linked below. How about this new Milk product. This is the Cooling Water Jelly Tint Lip and Cheek Stain. It comes in 4 shades, and as you can see, I picked up 2. I picked up Chill and Splash. We're going to try Splash, excuse me. We're going to try them both on. They are $24 each. You supposedly have to use an oil cleanser to get rid of these. They come with a little cap. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see this here. A little plastic cap, but unlike some lid toppers, you know, you don't have to keep this around. If you've got any of those sparkly lid toppers, they want you to keep that little plug stopper in it. You can throw this out. The lid clicks really nicely, and they encourage you to wait until you hear the click. I held that up for the mic, so that you know it's staying good. This is a cooling effect. It rolls up and is kind of one piece. It's like a jelly. It's a blush and a lip stain. It has a bouncy jelly texture and a watercolor finish. It does dry fast, so you have to work quickly. And it comes in, like I said, 4 shades, and has no real discernible scent. Maybe kind of smells like product, but it's interesting. And when they say cooling, they ain't kidding, which you will see in the demo. And of course, in a moment, we are going to swatch all these products. Now let's talk for a moment before we swatch about this new Haus Labs product. For a long time, we all had the Haus Labs, I'm holding up one, PhD Hybrid Lip Oil. This is not that. This is the PhD Hybrid Lip Glaze. It is a new product from Haus Labs and comes in 6 shades. I got 2. I got Guava and Persimmon. I'm actually wearing Persimmon right now, but we will swatch them. This is a burn-free, they say, plumper, meaning it plumps with other ingredients. Usually lip plumpers use cinnamon or some sort of menthol or pepperminty thing that will irritate the lips, frankly, a little bit, so that blood rushes and they puff up. So that can cause a little bit of irritation. By nature, it does. And a lot of people don't like that feeling. I don't like that feeling. And they're saying that they do encourage you to reapply for more plumping. It's not going to be as effective as one that makes you go, ah, okay, but they do say it has a plumping effect, maybe not as much without the pain. And they say this is an oil balm plumper gloss combo, whereas this original PhD Hybrid Lip Oil is just kind of more of a gloss, to be honest. In terms of the way they look, also these have a little bit more color to them. So here is the doe foot from the new glaze. Here is the doe foot from the oil. And they're the same in that sense, but the oil is a lot more transparent. Not that there's a whole lot of color in these Haus Labs products, there's not, but this one is really going to be shiny and see-through, just a hint of color. This one is a lip oil, and the new one is kind of a hybrid oil balm plumper gloss, and a little bit more opacity to the shade. If you blindfolded me and you put on the oil and then told me it was the glaze, I probably wouldn't know any better. Let me just be honest, but I'm just telling you that there are differences. That's all I'm telling you. All right, let's go to some swatches. First of all, in studio lighting, we have all the way left on my arm, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Illuminating Glow Seeker Highlighter in that new shade Pearl, followed by the Haus Labs PhD Hybrid Lip Glaze in Guava, and then Persimmon. And all the way towards my wrist is the Melt Cooling Water Jelly Tint Lip and Cheek in Chill, and then Splash. They're very pretty. Pardon my slightly messy swatches today. It is sunny here in California. I have gotten so many messages from you lovely people asking how we're doing, because California, we get a little scared when we get wet. We think we're sweet and we'll melt, but we didn't melt. We just had a lot of rain. Seems to be gone now. So we have the warm California sunshine. Let's take a look. Here we go. On my arm, we have the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter there, the Milk Cooling Water Jelly in 2 shades, and the Haus PhD Hybrid Lip Glaze, also in 2 shades that you know of. But there are more. Now, I want to go to the first part of this video, which is going to be a little bit of the start of a wear test and a try-on for this new Makeup Forever Like I said, we are in the middle of the wear test right now, and then at the very end of the video, I'll come back later and film my thoughts on all of the products and the results of the wear test. Glad to have you here. Make sure you are subscribed. Please, I need your support, and it's so easy to just click subscribe. So please do. Let's go to the wear test. Starting with our Makeup Forever HD Skin Hydra Glow. You are looking at me completely fresh-faced. It is 7:30 in the morning, so I want to try for about 8 hours, if not more even. And we'll put some of these other products over, but I'll try not to mess with those areas that are so important to us with foundation. For me, around the nose and, you know, fine lines and such. Not that I have any of those. Now, the way I experiment with complexion products and reviews is I'm going to do nothing, leave it totally unadulterated so that we can see what the product itself is doing. I will put a little bit of concealer just in these inner dark pits of despair in my eyes, but I will try not to put it anywhere else. No powder, no finishing spray, and no primer. Although, interestingly enough, the folks at Makeup Forever say that this makes a really nice tinted moisturizer if you mix it in with some moisturizer, but I suppose you could really do that with any product. We're going to just try this straight out of the bottle like it is. I did a little sneak peek on my cheek when it arrived. It looks like I did okay with the shade. Here it is, normal looking foundation. Runs a little bit like a serum foundation, but not super thin like a serum. Doesn't pretend to be a serum. This again is shade 1N14 Beige. Let's do one side of my face first. I'll move my hair out of the way and see what you think. A little bit light. Now, there is a little bit of a fragrance here, but I checked for the ingredient list. Ingredients can be tricky, my friends, because sometimes you and I are looking for something that says fragrance, and it doesn't say that. And what constitutes legally a fragrance and what doesn't? What is an essential oil? What is just an ingredient that happens to have a scent? You see, this is confusing. And we ran into this with the Kosas BB cream that I will link right there, which I just reviewed. So take a look at that. This does list citrus and lemon extract, and I think that is the burst of fragrance that I'm sensing. It's not really floral. It is a bit citrusy. So I'm going to go with that, as no other fragrance is listed in the ingredients. And as I said to you earlier, unlike the previous Makeup Forever foundation release, we have no alcohol listed in its form, no SD alcohol. Okay, very pretty. Yes, it is a bit glowy. Here is the side of my face, quite obviously, that has the new Makeup Forever, and here is the side with nothing on it. Many of you have wondered and told me that you are combo skinned or a little bit oily, and you worry that this might be a little too slick for your face. Well, we're going to see how it wears. I suppose in a way I am not the best one to test that, as I have the most normal skin possible. It's a little bit suggestible. If I'm using really thick moisturizer, I can go greasy. And if I do nothing, I can go dry. But when left, to a normal skincare routine, I am a very normal skin. So I will say right away when I compare it to this side that I do see the dewiness. I do see the shine. It does recommend a primer though. So you can even mattify it with a mattifying primer. Would be a really good idea maybe if you have oil-prone skin or an oily T-zone. Let me speed things up and do the other side of the face, and then we'll look at the complexion as a whole. Stay there. What a pretty little foundation. Now keep in mind, I like a little bit of glow. Having very normal skin, I do like a glowy foundation. Generally, if I'm using a matte foundation, such as the Dior Matte Forever Matte, I will put a glowy primer underneath it. Thus the idea I had to pass on to you guys that if you have slightly oily skin or an oilier T-zone, of course you can powder the T-zone, of course, or a mattifying primer. But I'm right there in the middle. In a way, I'm a very lucky makeup reviewer because I have a neutral undertone and normal skin. It's like made in heaven for that, right? I know. This definitely has a little bit of luminosity to it. This is a pretty one, a real pretty one. But is it going to hold up? Well, let's see. I'm going to come back here and we are going to try on a few of these products. I won't disturb the important areas of wear as we let our test from a little past 7:30 in the morning now roll on throughout the day. Stay right there. We are only an hour into a wear test, so it is too soon to tell. I mean, I think it's looking very pretty, but we don't have anything really to speak of. So let's play. We got some Haus Labs milk. We got some Anastasia. Let's do the Haus Labs first because that's just a lip oil. These milk products are a bit of a stain, so I think they should probably go afterwards. Don't have to take all sorts of alcohol-based products to get them off, you know? Okay, so I got two shades here in this Haus Labs, this PhD hybrid lip glaze. Some of you asked me if PhD meant that it would be color changing based on your pH. I don't think so, but you would think that from the name. I'm smelling them, no scent at all. This is Guava, burn-free. Supposedly this is going to plump without burning. Oh wow, this Guava shade is very fair, very transparent. Okay, this feels really nice. Very, very reminiscent of the Dior lip oil. In the container, because the container is kind of frosted, I wondered if it was going to be a little bit like Addiction Tokyo, which has this like liquid lipstick / lip oil kind of thing that they do that's amazing. So I kind of got excited, but no, it's very sheer. Reminds me a little bit more of the Dior. Definite lip oil feel, less lip gloss, so kind of lip treatment lip oil. And that is kind of, you know, what they say, that it's an oil, balm, plumper gloss. Do I feel a little bit of burning? They said it's burn free. So any plumping I feel has got to be in my head. But I keep thinking I feel it because they say plumping and it's a psychological response. Very pretty shade, very much lip oil for your bag or for treatment that you can put on without a mirror. I do thankfully have this darker Persimmon shade, so let's try that next and we'll see if that has a little more oomph to it. Okay, presto changeo, let's try this Persimmon shade. It's got a really nice lock, like the air. It's really nice and tight, so this won't dry out. Okay, that's a little bit deeper. Boy, it glides on really nice and smoothly. And this is 100% oil feeling, so it's a slightly thinner, slightly smoother feel. And I think that's a big difference between a traditional gloss and an oil. An oil has that really slick, slippy feel. And a gloss is much more thick and can be slightly thick and sticky. This is not sticky. Would your hair stick to it? Sure. I mean, it's still shiny, right? But that's really pretty, and you can see it a little more. Before I change this and we look at these milk products, let's talk about our Anastasia Beverly Hills Illuminating Glow Seeker Highlighter in this new shade Pearl. Plus, it's got, of course, this gorgeous inset of Dragon for Year of the Dragon. This is the What's Up Beauty. These are affordable natural hair brushes made in Japan. And this is their highlighter brush to go with their highlighter. So let's go ahead and use that for our Anastasia Beverly Hills. The Glow Seeker highlighter is so pretty. So let's see what we think of this new shade Pearl, which is this kind of iridescent shade with some pink overtones, shifts, I should say. Oh, and that's really nice. You know what I like about this? This is really kind of toned down. So we have no glitter flecks. People always ask me that. We have no glitter. But usually, if it's not glittery in a highlighter, usually it's kind of foiled, And it's not really that foiled either. Like it doesn't look, it's usually metallic or glitter. Choose your poison, right? And this is just very subtle. For being a iridescent white, that is very subtle and very pretty. Let me see. I brought over, just grabbed a Sonia G Sky brush. I thought, I have nothing on my eyes because this is not an eye video, but I thought, it'd be kind of fun to see, maybe if I'm not crouching to look in my mirror, to see what this is like. Just giving a little attention to the eyes, you know, the inner corner of the eye and the eyes. I just wanted to see. Boy, it is a subtle highlighter. Okay, so I'll tell you who this is for. This is for someone who is not into highlighting, hear me out, but likes a little bit of highlight, but doesn't want to, you know, shine like a beacon in the night, and doesn't want glitter, but also doesn't want a really foiled look. This is a very, I mean, it could build, of course, but this is a very simple, pretty highlighter. I don't think I've seen this simple of one in a while, and there's definitely an audience for that, isn't there? That's really pretty. Plus you get this lovely case, and you get the lovely little dragon in there for the year of the dragon. Isn't that pretty? All right, let's come back and see what we can do with this milk product, which I'm admittedly slightly afraid of, because it's just like, you know. Okay, I think we'll only put one of these on the lips. I took off the Haus Labs, though, to prepare. So we have 4 shades, but as you know, I bought 2, and we have 2 cheeks. So let's just try it. This is a cheek and lip stain with a watercolor finish. Let's start. A slight product smell, but really, really nothing. So we got Chill and Splash, and I'm holding Chill. So let's try Chill first on the lips. Stop and answer a question for me, if you will, those of you out there in viewer land. These multi-use cheek and lip products, do you use them for that? Honestly, take a minute and let me know. Or do you tend to pick one? I use that on my lips, but that on my cheeks. Or do you really use both? Because I don't think I do. When it's cheek and lip, I tend to just use it on cheek, but I'd love to know. How many of us out there like that? Do you look for that multi-purpose, and when it is, do you use it? Okay, let's see. Oh, it's weird. It's cooling and strange on the lips. Oh, no. Okay, we're going to give it a fair play on the cheeks, but I don't like it on the lips. Why? It's cooling, which is weird. Maybe in the dead of summer that would be nice. I think that'll be nice on the cheeks. So we're going to give it a fair shot on the cheeks, but just on the lips. If this were in my bag and I were running in somewhere and wanted to look a little more presentable, but it wouldn't be like my choice, you know, as expected. Okay, so let's try this. You could put this on a brush, I suppose, but I'm just going to go right from it. And this is, of course, the shade Chill. It's going to be cold. It's really cold. And they tell you this dries fast, so they say move fast, move fast. So I am gently patting this in. It's a stain, so we're going to move fast. See that? Oh, it does dry quickly. As I'm advising you to move fast, I was not moving fast enough. Okay, ready? We'll try it again. It's so cold that to me it's a little bit startling. So I would have liked that more in the summer, but I suppose it's really a spring release, right? Okay, so this is a cheek stain. You're going to want to move fast. It's not going to budge, but you need to move fast. Even me chatting with you guys is too slow. But you see it on there. It's certainly very pretty, but that's not going anywhere. And as they say, it has to be removed, you know, with a special product. And they want you to listen for the, I think you guys heard that, for the click. Make sure it's closed. Okay, in the interest of science, but I don't want to look foolish, but what are you going to do? Here it is in the Splash shade. Let's just be a little bit lopsided. And, oh, it's so cold. It's almost jarring. Okay, let me hurry. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Interestingly enough, though, not lifting the foundation underneath. So we'll give it that. I do find the application to be so cooling that I'm almost, it feels like that you've put like a metal mirror on your face. You know, that would feel when you go to the doctor's office and they're like, cold instrument or whatever they're looking at. It feels like. But that's just me. Some of you might go, Rebecca, I love that. I don't really think that's a negative about the product, is it? I just wanted you to know, when they say cooling, they mean cooling. I worked a little faster there and I got a little less of a kind of a stain mark. If you put it on a brush and then applied it, oh, let me just take it. This is my makeup brush, but we're not using it again today. So let's just see what that does. Yeah, that's better. That's better. I like that better. Look, at a little more time to put it on. if you put it on a brush first and just kind of tap, 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 tap. In all the little Instagram stuff from Milk, they have models applying it right to their face, but I'm not sure I recommend that. I think I actually like that better on kind of a hybrid bristle brush. Anything that's a stiff brush, just tap, 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 put it on there and then tap, 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 tap. And that is very, very pretty. Okay, what we're going to do now, you guys, is we're going to go and I'm going to even this out because I'm a little, lopsided. I'm just going to finish out the day doing what I do, and then I'll see you back here to talk about all these kind of areas on the foundation. We're doing well so far, but it hasn't been long enough. So next time I see you in a moment, we're going to talk about the foundation and the wear test. Okay, it's almost 5:30, so we've had a nice little wear test here, actually. Let's first talk about some of the other products we have up here. You know how I feel about the Anastasia Beverly Hills. Brilliant product if you're interested in just a little subtle highlight. I actually quite love it, in fact. Sometimes I just don't feel like so much glow. So this is definitely Glow Seeker in the seeking the glow, but not seeking too much. Low-level glow seeker. In terms of this Milk product, they did last. Now my cheeks I wasn't able to even out perfectly, but look at the color. It's about 8 hours wear. It's a stain. It's a stain, so you're going to need a makeup remover. But if you have trouble with your blush disappearing, hey, And remember that I think dotting it onto a dense brush, I used a foundation brush, use whatever, and then on is going to get you better placement than putting it on directly to the face, which is encouraging it if you're at all slow, and by slow I mean just not super fast. Then it kind of stays in one spot. So I kind of like that application better. Keep that in mind. But it's really stayed. It really has. It's just jarringly cool. And it's okay on the lips, just okay. And it actually stayed on my lips, to be honest. It's a stain, but I went ahead and put some of the Haus Labs over it. Do you need the Haus Labs lip glaze? If you have the Haus Labs lip oil, they are very, very similar. Just another type of wear and another product, Okay, now let's talk about our Makeup Forever HD Skin Hydro Glow. Definitely has a glow. The glow has not faded. Let's talk about what it's done in terms of my complexion. I don't have any powder on. I do have a little bit of concealer on the inner dark pits of despair of my eyes, but that's it. No primer, even though they do recommend it, and no finishing spray. Let's take a look, shall we? Okay, beautiful here, blurring my pores. I can see my pores, but I always can, blurring them nicely. Really pretty here, 10 hours of wear. Oh, maybe breaking apart a little bit around here. Don't worry, that wasn't me interfering with our wear test. I did not put the Milk blush there. So just around here a little bit. A very, very pretty foundation. No fragrance, except it does seem to have this kind of citrus extract, and you can sniff that a little bit, but no dry down alcohol. If you're a Makeup Forever fan, I think you'll be happy with this. If you have an oily T-zone, you will have to powder, and if you have oily skin, it depends how much shine you want. You might not love it. It definitely has a shine that has not gone away. I love that luminosity. I feel like it gives it life, but this is me with normal skin. So us normal and dry skin folks might have a different opinion than those of you with a different type of skin to care for, but it has stood the test of time beautifully. I personally am incredibly happy with this one, and I don't think I did too badly on my shade choice, but it has not oxidized. It is as it came out of the bottle. I think a winner. Boy, I'll tell you, it is getting harder and harder to not make a good makeup product. There's almost no excuse. The technology that's there, even drugstores catching up. We just have good products lately, But I do prefer the Milk just on the cheeks. And I don't know how I feel in general about a stain, but if you have trouble making your blush last all day, this one will work for you. All right, this is where you come in, and this is what makes us a community. Let me know your thoughts. What of these items did you purchase? Please remember that tomorrow, I'm looking over there, I've got Benefit, Tower 28. I've got Nude Sticks, and I've got Louboutin foundation. Lots of good stuff coming up your way for tomorrow's video. I know, all of these new releases. I can't wait to see you guys there. Make sure that you share and like and subscribe, all that lovely stuff. See you guys hopefully tomorrow. Bye-bye.